Okay, we're live again. So, back to Gamedev streaming. Have to address a few things first. So, basically in the last stream there was some, or the remote that streamed, this is actually a remake of the 7th part of my streaming series. Because basically I did some things that I don't really think as an improvement. Basically this is what I made. First things first, I wanted to create the animations to match with the collision shape, and made the animations look weirder in the game. Yeah, and for reference I also show you the backup I have. So we're gonna, let's see, quit the project list. Okay, so this is a backup. The one thing I want to add to this is actually to fix the animation blending issue. We got this one shot node in the animation tree. Let me show you the issue I want to solve first. So we running the game. So the animation doesn't mix, it's trying to blend. And there's an easy fix for this, which took a while till I realized how it's supposed to be. So this one shot node that should be handling the grow animation. Yeah, so this should be set to add instead of blend, the mix nodes. Save it and run the game. Now the walking animation blends with the other ones like I want to. Really cool. So I want to do some texting here to see actually what changes can be remade here, because I'm basically planning to redo some things. The main thing is to match the animation with the, so the best, set the base level of the character, that line that the character never goes below, so it will stay on the floor. I think maybe it's going to be a bit tedious, because it was for the first time, but meanwhile I modified the animations in a way I don't really want to. Yeah, so we're gonna work from this backup project. Okay, so let's just see the original, or not the original. Oh, it's the original. Yeah, so I changed some things. For example, there's this idle animation. Let's see if I can open both of them at the same time. Yeah. So first thing, perhaps I should be naming the projects accordingly. Wait. this was the backup. And changing the project name from, let's see, slime guy backup. Okay. We're gonna work from the backup. This is slime guy original. Yeah, this way we can see at the tab which project are we on. This is the backup. Let's look at this idle animation first. Want to compare them. It's a bit too close. Okay, just to have the guy. Yeah, so this is the backed up version. And this is the original. And what I don't really like here, that this arm movement looks a bit weird. Yeah. Have a look at the other ones. So, the original run animation. Let's have that running. This is the backup version. I think I modified this as well. The original and the backup. Okay, let's view them side by side. Want to run both of them at the same time. Okay, like so. Now this is a bit laggy to view it like this. Interesting, I just realized this the tab that is open, or the focused tab actually runs smoother, but that's not really a... I think these look mostly the same. Let's switch to the jump animation. Yeah, this is basically the backup animation where we left off, and we made a lot of modifications on the jump animation. Yeah, this looks weird. Let's see it in game. Okay, now let's view the backup one. This looks much more dynamic. So, another thing is that I don't like when doing the running animation, the feet can just go into the ground. Don't really like how that looks. We're gonna make that right. I already fixed it here, so animation doesn't go into ground. But perhaps there could be a way that I don't know of. So we're gonna look it up. Blender. How to set character animation to animation height to 0. Not resizing. Select the location keyframes in graph editor. Oh, this could be good. Help please, I have an animated disk circle and need to change their height while keeping everything else intact. Is the way to do it without having to rework the whole thing. I don't know what your setup is without seeing a screenshot of the file, but you can probably change the height in edit mode without affecting the animations. If you want to animate the Z scale, another possible interpretation of height, press I and choose scale. Move to another frame, change the Z scale. Okay, let's try to do that. So, and that's going to be the first thing we fix first. Let's just make a note of it. How should we call it? Normalize. Character model height in animations. Maybe that's another thing I could look up. Applying animations to character models of differing height. Is height mechanically normalized? Animate the height the right way. I think I'm going to edit this in the... Wait, let's close this and we don't need the original. We are going to modify the backup. By the way, not sure what this means. Yeah, well, let's make another remark that make a list of things. Create a landing animation right, and implement, because we have to put it in the game. Still haven't managed to figure out how that would work. Do we want the animation to activate on impact or when? Basically how I imagine this to trigger when this condition would look like where we are falling, so we have a negative velocity on the, I don't know which one's the vertical. It's the vertical axis. So negative velocity on the vertical axis and being a certain distance from the ground. That's how we would... That's when we would trigger the animations. Trigger when close to ground. And having negative vertical velocity. That's the fancy way of saying that we are falling. Okay. So yeah, this is the backup. And we're gonna keep working from the .blend file, which we're gonna open right now. Oh yeah, an external program. Automatically open it in Blender. Okay. So now, let's just take a look. Open the running loop and we gotta be careful not to set the not to change the length of keyframes in the animations. Okay, the problem is when running we are hitting the ground, or we are rather sink to the ground. This is within the backup folder. Okay, let's take a look at the body location on the y-axis. Let's just see if we can change that, like how to edit this frame value. Toggle channel editability, exploration mode. Animating height the right way. No, we haven't actually said this. This was in Blender. Character model height in animations. Well, not the scale. Vertical position. What's this normalize button?
The cube, I'm not looking at the value being like, oh, I need this to, let me go. It was change the shape of each curve, perhaps move value and move down, move manipulate, and it to be at 86 point. This is back to the all so with all that you see their curve.
No wonder. Pose set, custom properties. Select the keyframe itself. Snap selection to no. Has to be normals. I think there's no avoiding this. Okay, we're selecting all this keyframe. I think we're going to go for Just the problem is that we may cross this line later. Okay, let's go with let's just eyeball them. Auto keying. Yeah. So change the keyframe. Hold on. We're just gonna speed run this. Okay. Well, then I hope I was editing this along the axis. We bring this a bit lower. Okay, and then the last frame. Are we actually changing this? Brought this up. Basically, this key should be identical to the starting position. Just choose it and there we go. It has to be at the exact... Everything has to be at the exact positions. Now let's look at it slowly so we know we're not crossing the lines here. I think I'm good with this. Yeah. So we're just gonna... Let's see. Unlink and let's check on the grow animation. Okay. It's actually... This is all scale values. But I'm not really keen on that. Basically, we're crossing the horizontal line. It looks pretty so the animation itself in Blender. Actually, the running animation isn't part of this. Let's set the frames to 24. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not going to change anything else but the height. The thing is that height changes. You can't. It should be all about the scale. We're changing the scale. this way. Okay, let's not touch this for a while. Now we got this idle animation, it's 40 frames long. And we are not gonna change anything else but the actual height we're standing on here. There. And we're gonna have to auto keyframe. Hold on. There. This has to be the same. Wait. Let's copy all of this to here. This way we haven't changed anything else. The animation looks flawless. Standing right at the same height. Okay. I think I'm good with this. Now the jump animation is a bit tricky because I don't want to change it in a way that we are... Okay, hold on. To the jump animation. It's 23 frames long. This is how we are. Let's normalize. Can we actually copy the same keyframe? We still have it on the copy board. Okay, we are definitely not supposed to go below this line. Okay, I'm not gonna change the actual... Okay, now let's look at it slowly. Okay, not changing anything else because it may break the animation. Yeah, I'm not gonna change those things. Okay, let's close that and look to the ball loop, which I'm not even sure how we would... Supposed to be... It's 19 frames long. You'll get this loop. I actually pretty much like this. I don't think I'm gonna change this in any way. At least it looks good in Blender. Shame that I can't make it look identical in Godot. One thing I want to try is to... So we got the jump animation ending the clipboard, copy clipboard. Okay, let's not change it. May not be as... Because the end frame of the jump animation should be identical to the fall. But when I changed it, it didn't look right. So I'm not going to do anything with this. The full loop can stay like this. What we can do actually is to copy the keyframe of this, of the last keyframe from the for loop. Close it. Let's make a new animation, which will be the landing. Okay. We'll select the depth curves. No selected F curves. Let's see what they say about this. Okay, I think let's just go back and copy the for loop animation, and we're gonna modify that. Create a new action with me landing. There. We paste the... Wait, it's already like that. So this isn't going to be a loop animation. It's the landing. Okay, let's click the shield button so it gets saved. First frame is the falling animation beginner loop. Let's copy the idle animations loop base pose. So let's see how that would blend. Okay. Take care not to change the keyframes. I think I have it copied. There's landing, and this will be the last keyframe. Right. We paste it to the one that we are currently on with the timeline. It's 19 frames. So we are falling. And we are on the ground. Not sure how long we'll... Maybe just delete these frames. Move these in closer. We want it to have like an impact. So the moment we are hitting the ground. Okay. Let's create a keyframe here. We just ran it. We must bend the knees accordingly. Okay, arm looks a bit weird here. We're not scanning, we're moving it. We must be hitting the ground. Best way to put it that we want to have a bounce in the animation. Okay, this animation 15 frames long. We're falling and have to be a bit bent. Not in the way that would break our character model. I also have to watch out not to cross the line. Not really sure how to go lower with this. Need that bounce. So it needs to look like crouching position. Does it look? Perhaps we can remove these keyframes. Reaching the ground. Let's move all these. Perhaps we can even make it distorted in a bit. How are we doing? Okay, didn't mean to add all those keyframes. Okay, I got a bunch of keyframes that I didn't mean to add. Okay, first thing first, we are removing these. We're moving these two sets closer. It's going to be a short animation. Maybe this bit can be farther. Yeah, okay. Where's our impact? How about we land on our knees? We don't have bones anyway. Or At least we have bones that... Well, it's a guy made out of slime, of course, it doesn't have anything to break. It's going to be a little bit unorthodox, but let's see what we can make of this. We want to land in a kneeling position. Okay, are we crossing the line there? There. Impact. When we move the leg back, we're getting a little bit... Yeah, we can't cross that line. Also at the hips it looks a bit weird. That bone there. Perhaps if we move our knees a bit. How does that look? Okay, we're still a little bit off with our legs. How about we get the whole body distorted in a way? We're making our all correct. Okay, not the scale. Wait. No, this isn't looking good. I don't like what this leg's doing. Or maybe even bend forward and let our arms touch the ground. Can our guy blend that way? Okay. Maybe... Or what if we make ourselves like... Okay, have to be a bit slower. Okay, this is a really weird angle. Something went wrong here. Dude turned inside out with his legs. Sorcery is this? Or perhaps it's the knee joints. No, this is for the arms. Where are the knees? Ah. It's the knees. Okay. Perhaps make this frame longer so he has time to recover. Okay, this may be a bit weird. What are all these? Oh. They're only the knees. Okay, I'm just experimenting with this, really. It's looking like it wants to do push-ups. Okay, let's get rid of this. Don't think this will work out. Okay. So we are falling, we are reaching the ground, straightening up. In 12 frames. And perhaps add another keyframe here. Yeah, this looks weird again. Not exactly what I had in mind. Or let's try another approach. So little keyframes between basically have an impact here on the ground. Move our character down vertically. Okay. But we move these knees closer. Bend our character a bit. Where are we supposed to reach the ground exactly in the fall? Get a keyframe here. Slower the arms. And these. Okay, we gotta have a slight bend in the arms. How could we make it seem like it has some weight? Okay, already here the arm should be down. Okay. Reach the ground. Is there any part that it looks like it could break? I mean, it won't be exactly the same in Godot, but at least I can make it seem coherent enough in Blender. Okay, let's try to implement this in game. Of course, let's check out if we cross the green line at any point. Yeah, let's go with this. Okay, import them in Blender. And then I open them to see if there's any animations looking weirder than they should. So the same. Okay, idle animations off a bit. This should be 39 frames long. Run loop should be 22. Okay, let's see now what happens. Re-import it, open it. All loop seems smooth. Grow animation. Okay, this doesn't return to the original state. Grow and idle animations weird again. Running seems okay. Okay, let's leave that as it is. It's a running loop. Landing is 12 frames. The loop should be 39 again. Save. We open it. It's okay. Finally. Rolling animation. It will be good. Jumping. Landing. Rolling. Okay. So now create a new inherited scene and copy the animation player over. Replace this. Yeah, assign it to the animation tree. And now we're just gonna change the collider in a way that we can be sure of it's going to be the right height for every animation. Have to rescale it. made sure that we never cross the line. Okay. Should be right on this red line here. Okay, let's try the running animation. Mostly looks okay, I think. Wait, where did we? Okay, let's have a look around here. Now from the side we have to do something. So collision shape. Have to align this a bit too. From this side. It mostly seems okay. Yep. Back to the idle pose. Perhaps move it a bit to the side and some width to it. Okay, this is going to be fine like this. Not configuration warning on uniformly scaled collision sheet redone with probably not function as expected. It has to be the same on all axes. Change the size of its shape resource instead. Or should we make it to a box? Box shape. What could it mean that it wouldn't function as intended? Okay. This will be fine for now. Let's try it in game if the... Well, our... back of our feet just slightly goes into the ground. Not sure what's wrong with the knees though. Okay, let's try to implement that logic for the landing animation. So, here's our animation tree. Should our landing animation overwrite all of these? Yes. Put it in a one shot. Let's try to trigger it first with script. So basically we wanted to trigger when we have a negative velocity on the y-axis and we are close to the ground. So let's see first if there's any good resources on this. Well, not Blender, Godot, blending, animation implementation. The simple blending animation. Most of these forums are only talking about 2D projects, but 3D is obviously more difficult, but I'm just gonna stick with 3D for now. If you're done anything after this, they're not even. Wait. Was on floor, is on floor, was in air, not is on floor, just landed, is on floor and was in air. I want it to trigger before landing. Yeah. Now to check when the player hits the ground. Landing animation is supposed to play if the player hits the ground without doing anything, otherwise it gets cancelled. Works beginner, but my code works for detecting the ground. Is on floor part of it. So just for the inputs, can ignore this. You probably want to have Boolean use set when you're in the air. Then you can detect if the Boolean is true when hitting the ground, to detect if you just hit the ground. Something like this. So if we are on the floor, check if we are in the air. And if we are in the air, set it to false. And we are again, if we are on the floor. Okay. Let's try to do something like this in the physics process function. If not is on floor. Okay, you have to add these tabs in. Identifier is in there, not declared in current scope. Declare it here. The var, not the const. We are by default not in the air. Yeah. So if we are on the floor, check if we are in the air. That's true. true, change it to false. Animation player play landing. It's the name of our animation. And first I want to check if this code would work. So wait, it actually looks pretty good. Damn. Okay, the grow animation changed for some reason. I want the landing animation too. Because it looks great if we are landing in one place, but if we are running, there's some... Yeah, we have to blend it with the running animation cycle. Otherwise, it actually looks pretty great. Yeah, so it's a bit janky. Mark my words, one day I will figure out what causes the difference between animations in Godot and Blender. Between them. Okay. I have to implement this in the animation tree, so let's open that and add within the grow animation or landing animation. Landing. It's going to be the landing. And perhaps I want this to be at the bottom of the hierarchy, creating another one-shot node. Or we'll see if another type of node would work out better. First thing first, I just wanna landing shot. Yeah, we're just trying out these things. Experimenting. How can I change it? Capital L. Okay, let's connect this here and in there. Just organizing them. Okay, and now we get the anim tree. That's set. Wait, how do we trigger jump shot animations? Just copy this part. Okay, and we want to trigger the landing shot. And if all's well, this would blend better than by default. Also, I think I have to replace the character in the landing screen to just basically start off at the... Yeah, so we are in the air by default. I don't want to be in the air. Just move you down to the floor. Is that close enough? No. Apparently we're still in there. We have to be exactly on the floor. Up direction 0. Direction can be equal to vector 3, 0. Okay. Transform position. Let's set it to 0. Hope this thing's relative. Well, whatever. Looks close enough. Oh, come on. Can't be. Why are you in the air? What if I set it to true by default? Doesn't really matter. Okay. Basically attached to the floor at this point. Okay, whatever. Set it to 0. Should be touched down. So, jump. What if I make the same change here? Wait, animation tree. I need an animation tree. That's in the player scene. Let's see how it changes when we switch the mix mode to add. Wait. Actually, if I don't run, it will hit the floor like that by default. Not really fan of that arm movement though. The legs look kinda nice. I really not sure if this is the right way. Animation breaks a bit. Yeah, in some ways it looks better than reaching the floor. In other ways the animation breaks. At least the arms don't look that weird. Yeah, but if we just simply look at it by jumping in one place, it's acceptable at my current level, I think. Okay, let's see if let's just say for the moment we're happy with this. What I don't really looks breaks when I wait. Perhaps I should check on the animation player if grow animation. Basically have to remove all of location and rotation tracks. We only want to keep the scale tracks. Yeah. This way it will be smooth. Has to be smooth. Oh, what did I? Okay, that was. To really be careful. I only want to keep the scale tracks, but I need all of the scale tracks. And this way should be smoother. Let's see if it's. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah, this is a little power-up animation from the slimes. We're growing. Let's check again. Just looks so beautiful. Also, our leg melts a bit into the floor. Which I'm not really sure if I can prevent it. Yeah, what if I make this animation a bit longer? Just stretch it out. Select the grow animation. Okay. So they're about each 4 or 5 frames apart. Let's not change it. Don't want to cause any more trouble. Don't save. Keep everything as it is. Anyway. Okay, let's make this our main project, or you know what, I can have the backup on my Google Drive, so we're just gonna name this the slime guy, default slime guy directory project. And basically we can remove the, where is it? Go to, it's in the backup folder. Project's name slime guy. Okay, let's try to open the project again. Slime guy original. Okay, since it doesn't really have anything useful, I'm just gonna remove this. Does it remove it here too? No. Delete this folder and rename this, so yeah. Default 3D platformers. Okay. Have to import it again because rename the base folder. Okay. Just some folder management. jump around a bit. I'm not sure how to make it blend better. Also, these walkways are a bit bugged. Okay, I think I'm satisfied so far with this. So another feature I wanted to implement is to have the slime guy just be able to shoot slimes. Like when we are holding the right mouse button, we get a little... Try to draw it in play. So we have our slime guy. This is slime guy. If we are holding the right mouse button, we can create like a aiming line with which we can aim with. We can shoot slimes. Or maybe actually a smaller version of ourselves. And we will get flashed. Basically just shoot ourselves out and our bigger body will just... Well, what's left of us will be just a bunch of slime puddles. And this way we could reach like locations that we couldn't by just simply jumping around. So something like this. First thing we could implement is this targeting line. Want to see some references for this. Go to targeting line. Range the text and go to...
Hey guys, line is right here, can get hit by the projectile. And finally, I'll show you how to make the fireball.
Not exactly what I was meant to. Said it came from actually the way we are targeting in... Okay. Let's check my... So here is a black flag stream. When we are shooting at ships, see if I can find... So when we are targeting something, let's wind it a bit back. So we get this arch. That's the moment I have to stop at this line. So I want to make something like that. One simple line is enough. And we could be shooting ourselves out from our body. maybe also other condition that we have to have a certain size to be able to do that. Yeah. I want to have a way to do this. Okay, let's add this to our normalized character model height animation. Can I make just a emoji? Check mark. Okay, let's see the landing animation is implemented as well. So next will be targeting line. And then ability to shoot ourselves. Or not shoot, actually, eject is a better word. Eject ourselves. Our smaller selves. From our body. It could also be a clone, actually. Yeah. Let's start with targeting line. It's not like I have been implementing more complex features, but this is something that's not as standard. The line should okay, put it in parentheses, only visible on holding right mouse button. Yeah. Something like this. Okay. I think it would make sense to make it part of the player body. Maybe add a child node. There are such things. We have a line. Line 3D. We have a 2D line. Line edit, control. Could we just add a line? Like a line in 3D space. The 2D might not be good in a 3D environment. Not sure that would work out. 2D polyline that can optionally be textured. Let's try to look it up. I accidentally opened Steam. Never mind. So Godot 3D line. Draw lines in 3D space. Should build a simple mesh in real time from skip to do so. There's an asset that already does that for you. I'd look into making it on your own just for the sake of knowledge. Procedural geometry. That seems useful. Debug draw. This is a small debug drawing script which you can set up as an auto-load singleton. Lets you print text on the screen, draw boxes or lines from anywhere in your code. It's mostly geared towards 3D at the moment. Would be cooler if we could do this on our own. Procedural geometry. Anyways, would it be procedural though? So there are many ways to procedurally generate geometry in Godot. In this tutorial series we will explore a few of them. Each technique has its own benefits and drawbacks. Do it with array mesh, mesh data tool, surface though, using immediate mesh. Geometry is a fancy way of saying shape. Computer graphics geometry is typically represented by an array of positions called vertices. Godot geometry is represented by meshes. Array mesh. Using this bit of code. This friendly guy explains it on YouTube. Check this out too.
Lines and points like these. This entire demo is on GitHub and the link is in the description on specific. This entire like these.
Not sure if. Seems to be a bit complex for me. Which one should I use? What surface and array mesh are excellent for generating static geometry meshes that don't change over time? Don't know anything about 4, but for 3 there are 2 options. Line render and line 2D node, which can be used for 3D. Camera.on project position. Array mesh. Can you make a cylinder capsule that goes from one point to another? They wouldn't be straight lines, they would be like arches. You can also use 3D line feature. 2D line reach and project 3D points into 2D space as known in this tutorial. Which Godot had some nice built-in functions that draw various shapes. Link is broken though. Sounds easy in paper. Let's try something with a 2D line. Okay. Damn. What am I supposed to do with this? Okay, how would I use this? 2D line feature and project 3D points into 2D spaces. And it doesn't sound like... Wait. Oh. So we can make points like this. This won't appear in true 2D space. What? Like a visible targeting line. Photo targeting line. Line 2D. Documentation. Targeting line. 3D. Targeting system using Slurp.
Hey guys, this is Johnny, and in this video I'm using Delta because I'm using the same speed for all the static, and you want to create a targeting system with
Not likely what I want to do. How to have 2D target following a 3D object. Well, let's try another kind of child node. So, let's say within the 3D node. What was that thing that the guides spoke of? Some kind of array. Array mesh. Generating static geometry. Don't change over time. Using an array mesh is slightly faster than using a surface tool, but the API is a little more challenging. Additionally, surface tool has a few quality of life methods such as generate normals and index. Immediate mesh is more limited than both array mesh and surface tool. Let's check out array mesh. Also, we'll use functions from arrays, which takes up to 5 parameters. The first 2 are required, while the last 3 are optional. First parameter is primitive type. Bit should be at a separate scene. And then attach it to the player later. Basically, I want the line to be projected from the player's body in an archway. How will this look? I want to see a picture of it. Photo, array mesh. So we can see some create mesh with code, array mesh basics.
So I have my main scene set up here with the spatial as the root node and a directional light. Start out by adding a mesh instance and attach a script to it. Data, or it's null, and there are 9 in total.
It's a mesh instance.
And is held at a specific index in the mesh data array video. This array doesn't need to be typed out like this. You can create an empty array, resize it, corner of the top so this array is in a clockwise order. Or we can use array or not, we'll depend normals to light action that along the z-axis in the negative
I
direction.
could make this look like
So
a
the
line.
They point to locations on a texture An x value of 0 is the first vertex of our and so on. You can see our texture is nicely fitted onto our square. So those are pretty much the basics of the array mesh. And thanks for watching.
Okay. Array
Vertex
mesh.
element, the bounds of the vertex array.
Yeah, sure. Mesh the triangle
Let's create
creation.
a triangle using only the vertex array. First, create a pool vector 3 array with 3 vector 3s for each corner of the triangle, and assign that to the vertex element of the mesh data array.
Basically, just have to
Assign a
look
new
good.
array mesh to the mesh property of the mesh instance. And then call
But then,
mesh
how will
service
I
arrays of the
make
mesh
projectile
which permit triangles as the
fire
first the
and
mesh data as the second.
have the same
Add
trajectory
tool at the top so this will run in the editor.
as the line shows?
And then close and reopen the scene to run the ready function.
Go to. Let's try to search for something like this. 3D projectile trajectory line. Now we have it in 2D. Projection of projectile, but in 3D. Yeah, that's what I want to do actually. Seen some stuff for other games like Pool that basically involves making a ghost copy of your rigid body and then using some kind of array to have multiple of them for a predetermined path, but for golf the ball might have a flight path of 0 seconds. That will mean swapping the club or power for the hit. Will take a long time to render. Next I consider drawing the arc, but I am not sure to get the details from damping horses on the ball that are simulating drag as it flies through the air. Is there a way to use the existing settings for my GoPro to basically run the path computation quickly rather than in physics frame? Don't need an instantaneously know where the ball will end, but can leave with a live trajectory that resets. Updates whenever you modify your inputs. Well, I don't need to see the whole trajectory, I just want the... Well, shoot the guy out, and if it touches something, it will just... I just need a basic arching line that would show us the direction or how, like, part of the trajectory. If you'd rather have a complete that, I believe you have to complete it yourself, taking into account any force spin effect. Well, that sounds like a lot of math. Ball is currently using the built-in damping force to slow it down, so I don't know if maybe there will be a shortcut based on those. Looking more like I'm gonna kill the damping and apply my own aerodynamics while it's in flight or rolling on terrain. That way I should be able to get the prediction closer to what actually happens. You state exact task instead of assumed solution. Don't know what perfect flight path is, but it seems like basically need to implement retest. Calculate the patch, show it and play it back. So you can't use rigid body 3D for exact prediction, or it's not deterministic in playback. You'll need your own simulation, which depends on the complexity of your scene. You can use simple vector math, raycast, or move and collide. No, it's not exactly raycast. It's not a straight line. Let's try to create a new scene. Street scene. Need to know first what type of node should I be using for this. Collision, polygon, collision, shape, grid map, light map pro, marker 3D, navigation link, path 3D. What? Contains a curved 3D path for path. Follow 3D nodes to follow. Point sampler for path 3D. Shape, cast, skeleton, vehicle. Okay, what's this? Contains a curved 3D path for path. Follow 3D nodes to follow. Curve. Well, then let's reset this. Euler visibility on. Seems like the kind of thing I'm looking for actually. Up vector points. Oh, we can add elements to it. Okay, that's a point. Fake interval. Target vector can be 0. Now what now? Ah. Oh. It's a line. Oh, what's this? Okay, that seems like something I was aiming for. Yeah, it's a line. And it's an arching line. Oh. Hold on. Not sure how this works or how this can be used, but this could actually be the tool that I need. It's Path 3D. Let's just see if I can find anything about its use cases. Path 3D. Can have path follow 3D channels moving along the curve 3D. See path follow 3D for more information on the usage. Oh, actually, I think this is for. This is routes that objects or, for example, in-game NPCs could follow. It's basically path for them to take. Like a patrolling path. Not that the path is considered as relative to the moved nodes. As such, the curve should usually start with 0 vector. Curve changed. Properties, signal. What's this about the path follow? Node takes its parent path 3D and returns the coordinates of a point within it. Okay, let's see how it looks like when we add a path follow 3D. I have no idea what this will work, but the targeting line I want to implement is something like this. Progress. Okay, so it just follows the path. But I think this could be used for projectiles trajectory. Just imagine we have a line that comes out of our guide and shows us the trajectory's path. That seems like something that would make sense. Zero length interval target vector can be 0. I have no idea what that means. Can make it bigger or smaller. Can make it rotate. Let's search for Godot path 3D projectile trajectory line. Let's see this tutorial.
In this video, I'm showing you how to create this trajectory line using a Line 2D. I'll show you the code to compute the path, how to draw it with a Line 2D texture, its trajectory. As always, you can find the whole project on GitHub. Link in the description. The projectile is a simple kinematic body 2D just to make the perception. I'll be careful. The higher the number, the further you will compute the trajectory. Of our you need to you're trying to detect collision mode. This means the body is not moved and we of course
seems really complex
to what you want. In this case, I'm bouncing off the walls, but you might want to stop or fall down, whatever you want. Our line looks a bit simple right here. To go along you can duplicate your shape, cut it in half and place it on one side of your texture area and the other half on the other side. And
we can create texture.
To deform them, move them, etc.
Maybe one of the
etc.
YouTube. Let's see the YouTube comments. Anyone is thinking about doing this in 3D? It's very cool, and I can see how this could be extended for 3D too. Thanks. Can be easily extend it to 3D, I'm glad you see how. Don't hesitate to share if you do. And I mean, they won't say it. You make it 3D, I would really like it. There are multiple mentions of 3D. Interesting. Trajectory calculation, isometric tower defense. To create a visible trajectory line. You have a kinematic body to do it, which is projector itself. To aim it, you have to click and drag opposite to the direction you wanna go. So the base mechanic of Angry Birds. But this isn't for 3D at all. Ballistic trajectory line. Making projection of projectile path. Yeah, we already have this opened. I think I'm going to do some more research of this upstream. Yeah. Don't really feel like this would make good content for me just to browse everything I can find to. Okay, when I have something concrete, come up with a solution, I will continue. Until then, I may as well do another Black Flag stream. Getting close to completing it 100%, perhaps. So far, this past 3D line seems promising. Yep. So this was a short episode, but haven't really thought of anything else to do. Yep. Well, going off now for a bit. See you guys.